Welcome to English in Mastery. If you are listening right now, you are already doing something powerful for your English. This is not a quick lesson, not a list to memorize and forget. This is real English, used every day, spoken naturally, the kind of English people use when they are relaxed, confident, and fully themselves. Today, you are going to hear 200 essential English phrases for daily conversation, carefully selected, naturally spoken, and designed to help you think in English instead of translating. Listen actively, repeat when you can, or simply let the language flow in. And if you want more long, immersive English like this, take a second to like this video, subscribe to English in Mastery, and let me know in the comments where you are listening from. Now, take a breath, relax your shoulders, and let's begin. Every conversation starts with connection, and connection starts with greetings. Simple words, but incredibly powerful. Hello. How are you? This phrase is timeless. It works almost everywhere. With almost everyone. Say it with warmth, not speed. Hello. How are you? Now a slightly more relaxed version you'll hear constantly. Hi. How's it going? This is friendly. Well, casual. And very natural. Hi. How's it going? Another common option, especially when you see someone regularly, is hey. How are things? Notice how light it feels. Hey. How are things? For mornings, you'll often hear good morning, even among friends and coworkers. Good morning. Afternoon. People switch to good afternoon, especially in professional settings. Good afternoon. And in the evening, whether formal or casual, good evening. Good evening. When meeting someone for the first time, one phrase never fails. Nice to meet you. Say it clearly and sincerely. Nice to meet you. If you want to sound slightly more polished, especially at work, you can say, it's nice to meet you. It's nice to meet you. Or even, it's a pleasure to meet you, which sounds respectful and confident. It's a pleasure to meet you. To ask someone's name, keep it simple. What's your name? What's your name? And when you answer, don't rush. My name is, and then your name. My name is. Another natural follow-up is, where are you from? This invites conversation without pressure. Where are you from? You can answer with, I'm from, followed by your city or country. I'm from. When you see someone again after some time, a phrase you'll hear everywhere is, long time no see. It's friendly and informal. Long time no see. A slightly calmer alternative is, it's good to see you again. It's good to see you again. To check in with someone you haven't talked to in a while, ask, how have you been? This shows genuine interest. How have you been? A common, polite response is, I've been doing well. Thanks. I've been doing well. Thanks. And don't forget to return the question. And you. And you. To continue the conversation naturally. You can ask, what have you been up to? This is very common in real life. What have you been up to? If nothing special happened, a natural answer is, not much. Just staying busy. Not much. Just staying busy. Or, not much. Just working lately. Not much. Just working lately. When you're about to leave, it's polite to say, it was nice talking to you. It was nice talking to you. Or, it was great meeting you. It was great meeting you. And a warm way to end is hope to see you again soon. Hope to see you again soon. Once greetings are done, small talk keeps everything flowing. One of the safest topics is the weather. How's the weather today? How's the weather today? If it's pleasant, you might say, it's a nice day. Isn't it? It's a nice day. Isn't it? If you see dark clouds. A very natural comment is, it looks like it's going to rain. It looks like it's going to rain. At work or social events, people often ask, what do you do? This means your job or main activity. What do you do? You can answer with, I'm a, followed by your role. I'm a designer. I'm a student. I'm a manager. A polite follow-up question is, do you enjoy it? Do you enjoy it? A positive answer sounds like yes. I really do. Yes. I really do. Or if you're honest but lighthearted, it's okay. It pays the bills. It's okay. It pays the bills. Toward the end of the week, you'll often hear, what are you doing this weekend? What are you doing this weekend? A relaxed answer could be, just taking it easy. Just taking it easy. Or, I'm planning to relax at home. I'm planning to relax at home. If you do have plans, say I'm going to, followed by the activity. I'm going to visit family. I'm going to meet some friends. When someone tells you their plan, respond naturally. That sounds nice. That sounds fun. That sounds interesting. Asking about interests is another great way to connect. Do you have any hobbies? Do you have any hobbies? You can answer with, I enjoy, and the activity. I enjoy cooking. I enjoy hiking. I enjoy learning languages. To ask about someone's day, especially in the evening. Say, how was your day? How was your day? Common responses include, it was good. It was busy. It was tiring but productive. It was tiring but productive. If you want details, ask, what did you do today? What did you do today? If nothing special happened, say, nothing special. Really? Nothing special. Really? Or just the usual. Just the usual. Now let's talk about politeness, which matters in every culture. Thank you so much is warm and sincere. Thank you so much. For stronger appreciation, say, I really appreciate it. I really appreciate it. The most common response is, you're welcome. You're welcome. In casual situations, no problem. Sounds very natural. No problem. And when you truly mean it, my pleasure. My pleasure. For getting attention or moving through a crowd, use, excuse me. Excuse me. For small mistakes, I'm sorry is enough. I'm sorry. If you want to sound more formal, especially at work, say I apologize for the delay. I apologize for the delay. When something is clearly your responsibility, say it's my fault. It's my fault. And to reassure someone, say, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Asking for information politely is a daily skill. Could you tell me? Is very respectful. Could you tell me where the restroom is? Do you know? Is slightly more casual. Do you know what time it is? For directions, ask, where is the nearest cafe? If you need directions. Ask, how do I get to the station? When giving directions, you'll hear, go straight, turn left, turn right, go straight, turn left, turn right. To estimate distance or time, say, it's about 5 minutes from here. It's about 5 minutes from here. To ask the time, say what time is it? What time is it? To answer, it's 3:30. It's 3:30. To ask when something begins, say, when does it start? When does it start? And to answer, it starts at 7. It starts at 7. We'll continue building these phrases naturally and smoothly in the next section. So stay with me. Keep listening. and let the language settle in your mind. As conversations continue, you often need to ask for help or offer it. And these moments are where natural English really matters. A simple and very common phrase is, "Can you help me?" Say it calmly and clearly. Can you help me? If you want to sound a bit more polite, especially with strangers, say, "Could you help me? Please. Could you help me? Please." When someone looks confused or lost, a natural way to offer help is, "Do you need any help? Do you need any help?" Or even softer, "Can I help you with something? Can I help you with something?" In stores, offices, and public places, you'll constantly hear, "How can I help you? How can I help you?" to explain what you want. Say, "I'm looking for," followed by the thing or place. "I'm looking for the restroom." "I'm looking for a jacket." "I'm looking for the manager." To ask if something is available, use, "Do you have? Do you have this in blue? Do you have any vegetarian options?" If the answer is yes, you'll often hear, "Yes, we have it in stock." Yes, we have it in stock. If not, the natural response is, "Sorry, we're out of that right now." Sorry, we're out of that right now. When shopping, one of the most useful questions is, "How much is this? How much is this?" For more than one item. "How much are these? How much are these?" When you've decided to buy something, say, "I'll take it." "I'll take it." Or, more politely, "I'd like to buy this." "Please." "I'd like to buy this." "Please." If you're paying, you might hear cash or card. Cash or card. You can answer, "I'll pay by card." "I'll pay by card." Or, "I'll pay in cash." "I'll pay in cash." Before leaving, it's normal to ask, "Can I get a receipt?" Please. "Can I get a receipt?" Please. In restaurants or cafes, the language shifts slightly but stays simple. When you sit down, ask, "Can I see the menu?" Please. "Can I see the menu?" Please. If you're unsure what to order, ask, "What do you recommend?" What do you recommend when ordering? Say, "I'd like to order," followed by the dish. "I'd like to order the chicken sandwich." If you just want a drink, say, "Can I have a glass of water?" Please, "Can I have a glass of water?" Please. When the server asks anything else and you're done, say, "No, that's all. Thank you." "No, that's all. Thank you." When you're ready to leave, ask, "Can I get the check?" Please. "Can I get the check?" Please. In British English, you'll hear bill instead of check. "Can I get the bill?" Please. If you leave extra money, you can say, "Keep the change." Keep the change. And before leaving, it's polite to say, "Thank you. Everything was great. Thank you. Everything was great." Now let's move into expressing opinions and preferences, which makes your English feel more personal and confident. To ask someone's opinion, say, "What do you think about? What do you think about this movie?" To give your opinion, start with, "I think. I think it's a good idea." If you want to sound more thoughtful or formal, say, "In my opinion. In my opinion." It's better to wait. To agree, simply say, "I agree. I agree." To strongly agree, say exactly. Exactly. Or absolutely. Absolutely. To politely disagree, say, "I'm not sure about that." I'm not sure about that. Or a very natural phrase is, "I see your point." But, "I see your point. But I feel differently." When someone makes a good argument, acknowledge it with, "That's a good point. That's a good point." To talk about likes, say, "I like," I like coffee. I like traveling. For dislikes, say I don't like spicy food. To express a strong preference, use my favorite. My favorite food is pasta. To compare two things, say I prefer A to B. I prefer tea to coffee. To ask about preferences, say, what kind of do you like? What kind of music do you like? To talk about interests, say, I'm interested in photography. If you're not interested, say, I'm not really into, I'm not really into sports. Asking for permission is another everyday skill. Do you mind if I, do you mind if I open the window? If it's okay. The answer is, not at all. Not at all. If it's not okay. A polite response is, I'm sorry. I'd rather you didn't. I'm sorry. I'd rather you didn't. When something depends on circumstances, say, it depends. It depends. To talk about future events with excitement, say, I'm looking forward to, I'm looking forward to the weekend. For stronger excitement, say I can't wait for my vacation. Now let's talk about feelings. Because real conversations are emotional, not robotic. To express happiness, say I'm happy. I'm happy. To express sadness, say I'm feeling a bit sad. I'm feeling a bit sad. For excitement, say I'm excited. I'm excited. When you're exhausted, say I'm tired. I'm tired. If you need food, say I'm hungry. I'm hungry. If you need a drink, say I'm thirsty. I'm thirsty. Before something important, you might say, I'm nervous. I'm nervous. When concerned, say I'm worried. I'm worried. If something makes you angry, say, I'm angry. I'm angry. When stuck or overwhelmed, say I'm frustrated. I'm frustrated. After stress passes, say I'm relieved. I'm relieved. A very flexible phrase is, I feel confident. I feel unsure. To ask about someone else, say, how are you feeling? How are you feeling? A neutral positive answer is, I'm doing fine. I'm doing fine. A negative one is, I'm not feeling great. I'm not feeling great. Making suggestions keeps conversations active. Use how about getting coffee? Or what about watching a movie? For direct suggestions, say, let's go for a walk. To sound inviting, say, why don't we try that new place? To invite someone. Ask, do you want to join us? To accept, say, sounds good. Sounds good. Or, that's a great idea. That's a great idea. To decline politely, say, maybe another time. Maybe another time. Or, I'm not sure about that. I'm not sure about that. If you want advice, ask, what do you suggest? What do you suggest? For enthusiastic acceptance, say, I'd love to. I'd love to. To refuse kindly, say I can't. Unfortunately, I can't. Unfortunately. To check availability, ask, are you free? Are you free tomorrow? To say yes. I'm free. I'm free. To say no. I'm busy. I'm busy. Natural English also uses small filler words that make you sound human. Not scripted. Well, is very common. Well, I think so. Or, help you think. Let me check. You know, shows shared understanding. It's hard. You know, like, is casual and common. It was like really crowded. Actually corrects or adds truth. Actually, I changed my mind. Anyway, brings focus back. Anyway, let's continue. So, starts, explanations. So, here's the idea. Right checks understanding. Right. Got it. Shows understanding. Got it. O shows realization. Oh, I see. Wow shows surprise. Wow. That's amazing. Really checks surprise. Really. Definitely shows certainty. Definitely. Certainly is polite agreement. Certainly. Perhaps shows possibility. Perhaps. Hopefully shows hope. Hopefully. Let me see buys time. Let me see. Leaving conversations politely is just as important. Say I should get going. I should get going. Or, it was nice talking to you. It was nice talking to you. If you're in a hurry, say I've got to run. I've got to run. A warm goodbye is, take care. Take care. For future meetings, say, see you later. See you later. Or, see you soon. See you soon. A casual goodbye is, have a good one. Have a good one. Among friends, catch you later. Catch you later. To promise, contact. Say I'll be in touch. I'll be in touch. For travelers, say have a safe trip. Have a safe trip. To express enjoyment, say, it was great seeing you. It was great seeing you. To wish well, say all the best. All the best. And when ending a session like this, until next time. Until next time, stay with me. Keep listening. And we'll continue building real, confident English in the next section. Now, let's move deeper into everyday routines and real-life habits, because this is where English starts to feel automatic. Talking about daily life is something native speakers do constantly, often without thinking, and these phrases will help you do the same. A common question you'll hear is, what time do you usually wake up? What time do you usually wake up? To answer, say I usually wake up at, followed by the time. I usually wake up at 6:30. When talking about mornings, you can say, I get up early, or I sleep in on weekends. I get up early. I sleep in on weekends. For breakfast, use, I usually have coffee and toast. To ask someone else, say, what do you usually have for breakfast? What do you usually have for breakfast? When talking about commuting, a very natural question is, how do you get to work? How do you get to work? You can answer with, I drive. I take the bus. I walk. Or I work from home. To describe how long it takes, say it takes me about 30 minutes. During the day, people often ask, how's work going? How's work going? A neutral answer is, it's going well. It's going well. If it's stressful, say, it's been busy lately. It's been busy lately. Or, it's been a bit stressful. When talking about breaks, say I'm taking a short break. I'm taking a short break. Or I'm on my lunch break. In the afternoon, a common check-in is, how's your day going so far? How's your day going so far? To answer, say, so far. So good. So far. So good. Or, it's been a long day. It's been a long day. Talking about meals is very common. To ask, say, what did you have for lunch? What did you have for lunch? To answer, say I had a sandwich. I had noodles. If you skipped a meal, say I didn't have time to eat. I didn't have time to eat. In the evening, people ask, what are you doing tonight? What are you doing tonight? You can answer with, I'm staying in. I'm staying in. Or I'm going out with friends. I'm going out with friends. To talk about evening habits. Say, I usually relax after work. I usually relax after work. Or I watch something to unwind. To ask about exercise. Say, do you work out? Do you work out? Or do you exercise regularly? To answer positively. Say, I try to stay active. I try to stay active. Or I go to the gym a few times a week. If not, say, not as much as I should. Not as much as I should. Talking about sleep is surprisingly common. A natural question is, what time do you usually go to bed? What time do you usually go to bed? Answer with, I usually go to bed around. I usually go to bed around 11. If you slept poorly, say I didn't sleep very well. I didn't sleep very well. If you slept deeply, say I slept like a log. I slept like a log. When discussing health casually, say, I'm feeling a bit under the weather. I'm feeling a bit under the weather. Or I'm feeling much better today. When someone is sick, a kind phrase is, take it easy. Take it easy. Or, get well soon. Get well soon. Now let's talk about plans and scheduling, which come up daily. To ask about availability, say, are you available later? Are you available later? Or, are you free this afternoon? To suggest a time, say, how about around 7? How about around 7? To agree. Say, that works for me. That works for me. To disagree politely, say I might be a bit late. I might be a bit late. Or, can we do it another time? To confirm plans. Does never to back. Say, we're meeting at, so. We're meeting at 6. To cancel plans politely. Say, something came up. Something came up. Or, I won't be able to make it. I won't be able to make it. To apologize for changing plans. Say, sorry for the short notice. Sorry for the short notice. To reschedule. Say, can we reschedule? Can we reschedule? To talk about travel plans. Say I'm heading out of town. I'm heading out of town. Or, I'm traveling for work. When arriving somewhere, say I just got here. I just got here. If you're running late, say I'm on my way. I'm on my way. Or I'm stuck in traffic. I'm stuck in traffic. When you arrive safely, say I made it. I made it. Now let's cover talking about problems and solutions, which is a key part of adult conversation. If something isn't working, say, something's not working. Something's not working. Or, there seems to be a problem. There seems to be a problem. To explain, say, the issue is, the internet is down. To ask for clarification, say, what do you mean? What do you mean? Or could you explain that again? To show understanding, say, I see what you mean. I see what you mean. To offer a solution, say, maybe we could try again later. Or, let's see what we can do. To agree on a solution, say, that makes sense. That makes sense. Or, let's do that. To ask for time, say, give me a moment. Give me a moment. Or, let me think about it. Let me think about it. To express uncertainty, say I'm not sure yet. I'm not sure yet. To reassure someone, say we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. To express relief after solving a problem, say, that's a relief. That's a relief. When something is finished, say, it's taken care of. It's taken care of. Now let's move into expressing reactions, which makes conversations sound alive. If something surprises you, say, I didn't expect that. I didn't expect that. Or, no way. No way. To show interest. Say, that's interesting. That's interesting. To encourage more detail. Say, tell me more. Tell me more. To show understanding. Say, I get it now. I get it now. To express doubt. Say, I'm not convinced. I'm not convinced. To express confidence. Say, I'm sure about that. I'm sure about that. To soften a statement. Say, kind of, or sort of. It was kind of difficult. It was sort of confusing. To emphasize honesty. Say, to be honest. To be honest. I was tired. To show empathy. Say, I understand how you feel. I understand how you feel. Or, that must be hard. That must be hard. Encouragement matters in real conversations. Say, you're doing great. You're doing great. Or, keep going. Keep going. Or, don't worry. You'll get it. Don't worry. You'll get it. When praising effort. Say, I appreciate the effort. I appreciate the effort. To express belief in someone. Say, you've got this. You've got this. As we continue, let these phrases settle naturally. Don't rush. Don't memorize. Just listen. Absorb. And let English become part of how you think. As you keep listening, you'll notice that real English is not about perfect sentences, but about responding naturally in the moment. Native speakers constantly react, adjust, soften, or strengthen what they say depending on the situation. Let's continue with phrases that help you react smoothly and sound confident without trying too hard. When someone tells you news, a very natural response is, that's good to hear. That's good to hear. If the news is bad, say, I'm sorry to hear that. I'm sorry to hear that. If the situation is difficult but improving, you might say, I'm glad things are getting better. I'm glad things are getting better. When something goes wrong unexpectedly, people often say, that's unfortunate. That's unfortunate. Or, that's too bad. That's too bad. If someone succeeds or shares good news, respond with, congratulations. Congratulations. Or, that's great news. That's great news. When you want to show interest but stay neutral, say, oh, really? Oh, really? Or is that so? Is that so? To express surprise politely, say, I didn't know that. I didn't know that. Or, that's surprising. That's surprising. If you need confirmation, ask, are you sure? Are you sure? When you're sure yourself, say, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure. Or, I'm confident about that. I'm confident about that. If you're unsure, say, I'm not completely sure. I'm not completely sure. Or, I'm not certain. In conversations, people often soften statements to sound less direct. Instead of saying something strongly, you can say, I think maybe we should wait. Or, it seems like a good idea. When you want to gently suggest a change, say, maybe it would be better if we left earlier. To express possibility, say, there's a chance that it might rain. To talk about probability, say, it's likely that we'll finish today. Or, it's unlikely that they'll cancel. Talking about time naturally is very important. Instead of exact times, native speakers often say, in a bit, or in a while, I'll call you in a bit. To talk about the near future, say later today, or later this week. For something soon, say pretty soon. To talk about the past casually, say the other day, The other day, I ran into an old friend. Or, a while ago. A while ago. I lived there. When something just happened. Say, just now. Just now. I got a message. To talk about frequency. Say, I usually wake up early. Or I tend to work late. To say something happens often. Say, quite often. Quite often. To say rarely. Say, not very often. Not very often. Or hardly ever. Hardly ever. Now let's talk about expressing reasons and explanations, which helps you sound clearer and more mature in English. To explain. Say, the reason is I was busy. Or, that's because the store was closed. To add information. Say, also. We need more time. Or, on top of that. It's expensive. To give an example. Say, for example. Yesterday was very busy. Or, like when we talked earlier. To summarize. Say, so basically, we need to wait. Or, in short, it didn't work. To change direction in a conversation. Say, by the way, did you hear the news? Or, speaking of that, I have an idea. To return to the main topic. Say, getting back to the plan. Or, as I was saying earlier. To emphasize importance. Say, the main thing is to stay calm. Or, what really matters is consistency. Let's move into work and professional conversations, because these phrases come up constantly in global English. To start a meeting. Say, let's get started. To ask for opinions. Say, what do you think? What do you think about this approach? To suggest an idea. Say, one idea is. To simplify it. Or, we could consider another option. To agree. Professionally. Say, that sounds reasonable. Or, I'm on board with that. To express concern. Say, I'm a bit concerned about the deadline. To ask for clarification. Say, could you clarify that? Or can you walk me through it? To talk about progress. Say, we're making good progress. Or, we're almost there. To mention delays. Say, we're running behind schedule. To reassure. Say, we'll get it done. Or, we're working on it. To set expectations. Say, just to be clear. This is the deadline. To close a meeting. Say, let's wrap this up. Or, thanks everyone for your time. Now let's talk about casual social English. The kind you use with friends, coworkers, and people you know well. To react casually. Say, no kidding. Or, you're kidding. To show agreement. Say, for sure. Or totally. To show mild disagreement. Say, I don't know about that. To express boredom. Say, I'm kind of bored. To express excitement. Say, this is exciting. Or, I'm really looking forward to it. To express hesitation. Say, I'm not sure yet. Or, Let me think about it. Let me think about it. To show understanding in a relaxed way. Say, makes sense. Makes sense. Or, fair enough. Fair enough. When telling stories, native speakers often use sequencing phrases. First, first. We arrived. Then we waited. After that, we left. Finally, we went home. To keep someone listening. Say, and guess what? And guess what? Or, you won't believe this. You won't believe this. To pause while thinking. Say, let me think. Let me think. Or, how should I put this? How should I put this? To soften criticism. Say, I don't mean to be rude. But, I don't mean to be rude. But this could be better. Or, just to be honest. Just to be honest. I disagree. To express gratitude informally. Say thanks a lot. Thanks a lot. Or thanks. I appreciate it. To respond casually. Say anytime. Anytime. Or, sure thing. Sure thing. Now let's move into talking about choices and decisions. To say a decision was easy. Say, it was an easy decision. It was an easy decision. If it was hard, say, it was a tough call. It was a tough call. If you're still deciding, say, I haven't decided yet. I haven't decided yet. To explain a choice, say, I went with the cheaper option. To say you changed your mind, say, I changed my mind. I changed my mind. Or, on second thought, let's wait. To express regret lightly, say, I wish I had known earlier. To accept a situation, say, it is what it is. It is what it is. To move on, say, let's move on. Let's move on. As we continue, notice how these phrases are short, flexible, and human. This is the English people use when they are relaxed and confident. Keep listening. Keep absorbing. And in the next section, we'll go even deeper into natural fluency and real conversational flow. As your English grows, one of the biggest shifts is learning how to speak without sounding rigid or rehearsed. And that happens when you understand how people soften, adjust, and connect ideas naturally. Let's continue with phrases that help your English flow smoothly, especially in longer conversations. When you want to add a thought without interrupting too strongly, say, on top of that. It takes time. Or, another thing is we need approval. To gently disagree or offer a different view. Say, I'm not so sure about that. I'm not so sure about that. Or I see it a bit differently. I see it a bit differently. When you want to pause and think before answering, say, that's a good question. That's a good question. Or, let me think for a second. Let me think for a second. If you don't remember something clearly, say, I can't remember exactly. I can't remember exactly. Or, it's slipping my mind. It's slipping my mind. To explain uncertainty, say, I might be mistaken. But, I might be mistaken. But I think so. To correct yourself naturally, say, actually. What I meant was, actually. What I meant was, tomorrow. When you want to be honest but gentle, say, to be fair. To be fair. They tried their best. Or, honestly speaking, I wasn't ready. To avoid sounding too direct, say, it seems to me that we need more time. Or, I get the impression that they're busy. Now, let's talk about describing situations and experiences. Something native speakers do constantly. To describe something positive, say, it went really well. It went really well. Or, I had a great time. I had a great time. For neutral experiences, say it was okay. It was okay. Or, it wasn't bad. For negative ones, say, it didn't go as planned. It didn't go as planned. Or, it was a bit of a mess. When something was difficult, say it was tougher than I expected. It was tougher than I expected. To say something was easy, say, it was pretty straightforward. It was pretty straightforward. To describe improvement, say, it's getting better. It's getting better. Or I'm making progress. To describe decline, say it's getting worse. It's getting worse. Or things are going downhill. When talking about changes, say, things have changed a lot. Things have changed a lot. Or, it's not what it used to be. To talk about habits in the past, say I used to live there. Or, back then. Things were different. Now let's move into social situations and relationships, because this is where tone matters. To ask about someone's family, say, how's your family? How's your family? To answer, say, everyone's doing well. Everyone's doing well. Or, they're doing okay. To ask about friends, say, have you been keeping in touch? Have you been keeping in touch? To express closeness, say, we're pretty close. We're pretty close. Or, we get along well. To express distance, say, we don't talk much anymore. We don't talk much anymore. To describe a good relationship, say, we're on good terms. We're on good terms. To describe tension, say, things are a bit awkward. Things are a bit awkward. Or, there's some tension. To smooth over awkward moments, say, anyway. Moving on. Or, let's not get into that. Let's not get into that. To apologize socially, say, sorry about that. Sorry about that. Or, my bad. My bad. To accept an apology, say, no worries. No worries. Or, it's all good. It's all good. Now, let's focus on expressing expectations and outcomes. To say something met expectations, say, it turned out just fine. It turned out just fine. Or, it was what I expected. To say it exceeded expectations, say, it exceeded my expectations. It exceeded my expectations. Or, it was better than I thought. To say it disappointed you, say, I was a bit disappointed. I was a bit disappointed. Or, it didn't live up to expectations. To talk about consequences, say, as a result. We had to wait. Or, that's why we left early. To talk about cause and effect casually, say, because of that. Plans changed. Or, which led to delays. Let's talk about giving advice. Something common among friends and coworkers. To offer advice, gently. Say, you might want to. Double check that. Or, if I were you, I would. If I were you, I'd wait. To give strong advice, say, I'd strongly recommend resting. To warn someone, say, just a heads up. It's busy today. Or, be careful with that. To reassure after advice, say, but it's up to you. To respond to advice, say, I'll keep that in mind. Or, that's good advice. Now let's move into talking about goals and progress, which often comes up in deeper conversations. To talk about goals. Say I'm working on improving my English. Or I'm aiming to, I'm aiming to get better. To talk about effort. Say I've been putting in a lot of effort. I've been putting in a lot of effort. To talk about struggles. Say it's been challenging. It's been challenging. Or I'm still getting the hang of it. To talk about persistence. Say I'm sticking with it. I'm sticking with it. Or I'm not giving up. To talk about results. Say it's paying off. It's paying off. Or I'm starting to see results. To encourage others. Say keep at it. Keep at it. Or you're on the right track. You're on the right track. Now, let's focus on storytelling language, which makes English engaging. To start a story casually. Say so the other day. So the other day. I was walking home. To build suspense. Say, and then suddenly, it stopped. To react in the moment. Say I was like, no way. To describe feelings during a story. Say, I felt relieved. I felt relieved. Or, I was shocked. To wrap up a story. Say, in the end, everything worked out. Or, long story short, we missed the train. To check if someone is following. Say, you know what I mean, or does that make sense? Does that make sense? To respond. Say, yeah, I get it. Yeah, I get it. Or, that makes sense. Now let's move into expressing boundaries and comfort levels, which is important in confident English. To say you're not comfortable. Say, I'm not comfortable with that. I'm not comfortable with that. To set limits politely. Say, I'd rather not. I'd rather not. Or I'm not up for it. To decline without explanation. Say, I'll have to pass. I'll have to pass. To postpone. Say, maybe another time. Maybe another time. To accept boundaries. Say, I understand. I understand. Or no problem at all. No problem at all. As we continue, notice how these phrases don't sound advanced because they're complicated. They sound advanced because they're natural. This is how fluent speakers think, react, and connect ideas in real time. Stay relaxed. Keep listening. And in the next section, we'll move even closer to confident. See, one-level conversational flow. As conversations become longer and more meaningful, fluent speakers rely on subtle language to express nuance, attitude, and intention without sounding dramatic or forced. Let's continue with phrases that help you sound calm, confident, and naturally engaged. When you want to show understanding, say, that makes sense. That makes sense. Or I get where you're coming from. I get where you're coming from. To show partial agreement. Say, I agree to some extent. I agree to some extent. Or, you have a point. You have a point. When you agree but want to add something, say, I agree. But, I agree. But we need to be careful. To politely push back. Say, I'm not entirely convinced. I'm not entirely convinced. Or, I'm not sure I'd go that far. When you want to slow a conversation down, say, let's take a step back. Let's take a step back. Or, let's look at the bigger picture. Let's look at the bigger picture. To bring focus back, say, getting back to the point. Getting back to the point. We need a decision. To transition smoothly, say, that being said, we should try. Or, having said that, I understand the concern. When you want to sound thoughtful rather than certain, say, it depends. It depends. Or, it varies. To explain conditions. Say, as long as everything goes well. Or, unless something changes. Now let's move into expressing feelings and reactions in a controlled, natural way. To express mild surprise. Say, oh, really? Oh, really? Or, that's interesting. To express stronger surprise. Say, I didn't see that coming. I didn't see that coming. To express relief. Say, that's a relief. That's a relief. Or, I'm glad to hear that. To express frustration calmly. Say, that's a bit frustrating. That's a bit frustrating. Or, it's getting on my nerves. To express disappointment without drama. Say, that's a shame. That's a shame. Or, that's unfortunate. To express satisfaction. Say, I'm happy with how it turned out. I'm happy with how it turned out. To express concern. Say, I'm a little worried about that. I'm a little worried about that. Or, that concerns me. To downplay a problem. Say, it's not a big deal. It's not a big deal. Or, it's manageable. Now let's talk about decision-making language. Something native speakers use constantly. To say you haven't decided. Say, I haven't made up my mind yet. I haven't made up my mind yet. Or, I'm still thinking it over. To say you decided quickly. Say, I went with my gut. I went with my gut. To say you need time. Say, I need some time to think. I need some time to think. Or, let me sleep on it. To say a decision was hard. Say, it wasn't an easy call. It wasn't an easy call. To say you're confident. Say, I'm confident in my decision. I'm confident in my decision. To express doubt afterward. Say, I'm having second thoughts. I'm having second thoughts. Now let's move into workplace and responsibility language. Even if you're not at work. These phrases show maturity and clarity. To talk about responsibility. Say, I'm in charge of the schedule. Or it falls on me. To talk about workload. Say, I'm swamped right now. I'm swamped right now. Or I have a lot on my plate. To ask for help politely. Say, could you give me a hand? Could you give me a hand? Or I could use some help with this. To set expectations. Say, I'll get back to you. I'll get back to you. Or I'll keep you posted. To explain delays. Say, there was a delay. There was a delay. Or, it took longer than expected. To manage expectations. Say, we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. Or, no guarantees. Now let's talk about everyday opinions and preferences. Something people talk about all the time. To express preference. Say, I prefer working in the morning. Or I'd rather stay home. To express strong preference. Say, I'm really into podcasts. Or I'm not a fan of crowds. To express neutrality. Say, I don't have a strong opinion. I don't have a strong opinion. Or I'm on the fence. To explain taste. Say, it's not really my thing. It's not really my thing. To show openness. Say, I'm open to it. I'm open to it. Or I'm willing to give it a try. Now let's focus on timing and planning, which often causes misunderstandings. To talk about timing. Say, it's about time. It's about time. Or, right on time. To talk about being early. Say, I got there early. I got there early. To talk about being late. Say, I ran late. I ran late. Or, sorry I'm late. To plan loosely. Say, we'll play it by ear. We'll play it by ear. To plan firmly. Say, it's set in stone. It's set in stone. To cancel casually. Say, something came up. Something came up. Or I can't make it. To reschedule. Say, can we reschedule? Can we reschedule? Or, let's do it another day. Now let's move into reacting to news and updates. Something that happens every day. To respond positively. Say, that's great news. That's great news. Or, good to hear. To respond neutrally. Say, thanks for the update. Thanks for the update. To respond negatively, but politely. Say, that's disappointing to hear. That's disappointing to hear. To ask for clarification. Say, can you clarify? Can you clarify? Or, what do you mean by that? To ask for details. Say, can you fill me in? Can you fill me in? Or, what's the situation? To end an update. Say, that's about it. That's about it. Or, that's all for now. Now, let's talk about confidence and self-expression, which separates advanced speakers from intermediate ones. To express confidence. Say, I'm comfortable with that. I'm comfortable with that. Or I can handle it. To express readiness. Say, I'm ready for it. I'm ready for it. To express hesitation. Say, I'm a bit hesitant. I'm a bit hesitant. To express growth. Say, I've come a long way. I've come a long way. To express limits honestly. Say, I have my limits. I have my limits. Or, that's not my strength. To stay calm under pressure. Say, let's stay calm. Let's stay calm. Or one step at a time. As you listen, notice how these phrases help you sound grounded, thoughtful, and natural. This is the kind of English people trust, respond to, and feel comfortable speaking with. Keep listening. Let the language sink in, and we'll continue building even deeper. More fluent expression in the next section. As your English reaches a higher level, fluency is less about finding the right word and more about choosing the right tone. Native speakers constantly adjust how direct, soft, confident, or casual they sound depending on the situation. Let's continue with phrases that give you that control. When you want to sound calm and balanced, say, I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. Or, that works for me. That works for me. To show flexibility, say, I'm flexible. I'm flexible. Or I can go either way. To sound firm without being aggressive. Say, I stand by that. I stand by that. Or, that's my position. When you want to de-escalate tension, say, let's not make this a big deal. Let's not make this a big deal. Or, we're on the same page. We're on the same page. To suggest compromise, say, let's meet halfway. Let's meet halfway. Or, there might be a middle ground. To slow things down emotionally, say, let's take it one step at a time. Let's take it one step at a time. Or, no need to rush. Now let's move into expressing thoughts clearly in longer explanations. To organize your ideas, say, the main point is, we need clarity. Or, what I'm trying to say is it takes time. To add detail, say, on top of that, it's expensive. To clarify meaning, say, in other words, we need patience. To give examples, say, for example, last week, or like when we tried before. To summarize, say, so basically, that's the issue. Or, at the end of the day, it's about trust. To check understanding, say, does that make sense? Or, are you following me? Now let's talk about emotional intelligence in English. Something advanced speakers handle naturally. To acknowledge feelings. I say I get that this is stressful. I get that this is stressful. Or, I understand how you feel. To validate without agreeing. Say, I see why you'd feel that way. I see why you'd feel that way. To express empathy. Say, that sounds tough. That sounds tough. Or, I'm sorry you're dealing with that. To respond to empathy. Say, I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Or, thanks for understanding. To create emotional distance. Say, let's keep this professional. Let's keep this professional. Or, let's not take it personally. Now, let's move into casual but confident daily reactions. To react to effort. Say, you did a great job. You did a great job. Or, nice work. To respond to praise. Say thanks. I appreciate it. Thanks. I appreciate it. Or glad it helped. To downplay praise. Say, it was nothing. It was nothing. Or, just doing my part. To motivate someone. Say, you've got this. You've got this. Or, keep going. To encourage after failure. Say, don't be too hard on yourself. Don't be too hard on yourself. Or, everyone makes mistakes. To talk about learning. Say, I learned a lot from that. I learned a lot from that. Or, it was a good learning experience. Now let's focus on talking about time and progress more precisely. To describe ongoing progress. Say, it's coming along. It's coming along. Or, we're making steady progress. To describe delays honestly. Say, we're a bit behind. We're a bit behind. Or, it's taking longer than expected. To describe completion. Say, it's almost done. It's almost done. Or, we wrapped it up. To describe starting. Say, we got started. We got started. Or, it's underway. To describe stopping. Say, we put it on hold. We put it on hold. Or, we called it off. To describe restarting. Say, we picked it back up. We picked it back up. Now let's move into talking about uncertainty and risk, which shows maturity in English. To express uncertainty. Say, there's no guarantee. There's no guarantee. Or, it's hard to say. To express cautious optimism. Say, it looks promising. It looks promising. Or, I'm hopeful. To express concern. Say, there's a risk. There's a risk. Or, that could be an issue. To express acceptance. Say, it is what it is. It is what it is. Or, we'll deal with it. To prepare for outcomes. Say, we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. We'll cross that bridge when we come to it. Now, let's talk about reacting naturally in fast conversations. To buy time. Say, give me a second. Give me a second. Or, let me gather my thoughts. To signal interruption politely. Say, sorry to interrupt. Sorry to interrupt. Or, can I jump in? To signal agreement quickly. Say exactly. Exactly. Or, that's right. To signal disagreement briefly. Say, not exactly. Not exactly. Or, I don't think so. To signal understanding. Say, got it. Got it. Or, understood. Now let's move into expressing values and priorities, which often comes up at higher levels. To express importance. Say it matters to me. It matters to me. Or, I care about that. To express priority. Say, this comes first. This comes first. Or, that's a priority. To express balance. Say, It's about balance. It's about balance. To express compromise. Say, I'm willing to compromise. I'm willing to compromise. To express non-negotiables. Say, that's non-negotiable. That's non-negotiable. As you continue listening, notice how these phrases allow you to speak with control, warmth, and confidence. This is the kind of English that feels natural to native speakers and comfortable to everyone around you. Keep listening, stay relaxed, and we'll continue building even more advanced. Natural expression. In the next section, as conversations reach a more advanced level, fluent speakers begin to express abstract ideas, attitudes, and reflections with ease, without sounding formal or distant. Let's continue with language that helps you sound thoughtful, mature, and naturally articulate. When you want to reflect on an experience, say, looking back, I would have handled it differently. Or, in hindsight, it makes sense. To talk about lessons learned, say, what I learned from that is patience. Or, it taught me that timing matters. To talk about personal growth, say, I've grown a lot since then. Or I see things differently now. To talk about perspective, say, from my point of view. It's reasonable. Or, as far as I can tell, it's working. To acknowledge complexity, say, it's not that simple. Or, there's more to it than that. To express balance, say, there are pros and cons. Or, it cuts both ways. Now let's move into expressing reactions to people's behavior. Something native speakers do carefully. To express appreciation, say, I really appreciate that. Or, that means a lot. To express disappointment politely, say, I was hoping for more. Or, that wasn't quite what I expected. To express concern about behavior, say, I'm a bit concerned about that. Or, that worries me a little. To address behavior indirectly, I'm not sure that came across well. Or, that might have been misunderstood. To smooth things over, say, let's clear the air. Or, no hard feelings. Now, let's talk about expressing effort and intention, which shows sincerity. To show effort, say, I'm doing my best. Or, I'm giving it my all. To show intention, I say, that wasn't my intention. Or, I meant well. To accept responsibility, say, that's on me. Or, I take responsibility for that. To forgive or move on, say, let's move past it. Or, we'll put it behind us. To close a difficult topic, say, let's leave it at that. Now let's move into describing routines and everyday patterns in a natural way. To describe routine, say, on a typical day, I work from home. Or most of the time. It's quiet. To describe frequency, say, every now and then. I travel. Or from time to time. Things change. To describe change in routine, say, lately. I've been busy. Or, these days. I wake up early. To describe balance, say, I try to keep a balance. Or, it's about consistency. To describe habits forming, say, it's become a habit. It's become a habit. Now let's focus on expressing expectations of others. To set expectations gently, say, I'd appreciate it if you let me know. Or, it would help if we planned ahead. To express unmet expectations, say, that's not what we agreed on. That's not what we agreed on. Or I expected more clarity. To renegotiate expectations, say, let's revisit this. Let's revisit this. Or, let's realign. To confirm expectations, say, just to be clear, we start at 9. Or, as we discussed. It's flexible. Now, let's move into describing thoughts in real time, which makes English sound alive. To think aloud. Say, I'm thinking out loud here. I'm thinking out loud here. Or, bear with me. Bear with me. To adjust your thought, say, actually. Scratch that. Or let me rephrase that. To hesitate naturally, say, it's kind of complicated. Or, it's a bit tricky. To conclude a thought, say, that's pretty much it. Or, that sums it up. Now let's talk about reacting to opinions and ideas. To show interest, say, that's an interesting take. Or I hadn't thought of it that way. To question gently, say, what makes you say that? Or, can you elaborate? To challenge respectfully, say, I'm not sure I agree. Or I see it differently. To accept difference, say, fair enough. Or we can agree to disagree. Now let's move into language for uncertainty and change. To describe uncertainty, say, things are up in the air. Or, it's still unclear. To describe change, say, plans have changed. Or, we had to adjust. To describe adaptation, say, we adapted. Or, we made it work. To describe resilience, say, we got through it. Or, we figured it out. Now let's talk about casual reflections on life. Something common at higher fluency. To reflect casually, say, it is what it is. Or, that's life. To talk about acceptance, say, I've come to terms with it. To talk about patience, say, it takes time. Or, one step at a time. To talk about priorities, say, at this point in my life, I value peace. To talk about change over time, say, people change. Or, things evolve. Now let's focus on conversational closings and transitions. To wrap up a topic, say, anyway, that's my view. Or so yeah, that's where I stand. To shift topics, say, on another note. How's work? To end a conversation politely, say, I should get going. Or, let's catch up soon. To express warmth at the end, say, it was good talking to you. Or, take care. As you continue listening, notice how these phrases help you express depth, reflection, and authenticity. This is the level where English becomes a tool for real connection, not just communication. Stay with the rhythm. Let the language flow naturally. And in the next section, we'll move even closer to effortless, confident, C1 level fluency. At this stage, fluent English feels less like speaking and more like thinking out loud with ease. Native speakers rely on rhythm, soft emphasis, and subtle wording to sound natural without over-explaining. Let's continue building that instinct with phrases used in everyday, real-life interactions. When you want to acknowledge something briefly, say noted, noted, or fair enough, fair enough. To signal that you're considering something, say, I'll take that into account. I'll take that into account. Or I'll think it over. To express mild hesitation, say, I'm not entirely sure. I'm not entirely sure. Or I have some reservations. To show openness without commitment, say, I'm open to the idea. I'm open to the idea. Or, it's worth considering. To respond when you're surprised but calm, say, I wasn't expecting that. I wasn't expecting that. Or, that caught me off guard. To react when something is unclear, say, I'm not following. I'm not following. Or, can you walk me through it? Now, let's talk about language for subtle social dynamics, which advanced speakers use constantly. To sense awkwardness, say, this is a bit awkward. This is a bit awkward. Or, that was uncomfortable. To ease tension, say, let's keep it light. Let's keep it light. Or, no big deal. To redirect politely, say, let's change the subject. Let's change the subject. Or, we can talk about that later. To acknowledge unspoken issues, say, there's something we should address. There's something we should address. To avoid conflict, say, let's not go there. Let's not go there. Now let's move into expressing effort, patience, and persistence naturally. To show patience, say, I'm taking my time. I'm taking my time. Or, I'm not in a rush. To show persistence, say, I'm sticking with it. I'm sticking with it. Or, I'm seeing it through. To talk about burnout, say, I'm feeling drained. I'm feeling drained. Or, I need a break. To talk about recovery, say, I'm recharging. I'm recharging. Or, I'm getting back on track. To encourage rest, say, take it easy. Take it easy. Or, don't overdo it. Now let's focus on describing everyday problems and solutions. To describe a problem, say, there's an issue. There's an issue. Or, something's off. To describe confusion, say, I'm a bit lost. I'm a bit lost. Or, I'm not sure what's going on. To describe a fix, say, I sorted it out. I sorted it out. Or, I took care of it. To describe progress on a problem, say, we're working through it. We're working through it. Or, it's being handled. To describe resolution, say, it's resolved. It's resolved. Or, we found a solution. Now, let's talk about making and responding to requests naturally. To make a casual request, say, can you do me a favor? Can you do me a favor? Or, would you mind? Would you mind helping me? To make a polite but firm request, say, I need you to send it today. To soften a request, say, when you get a chance. When you get a chance, let me know. To respond positively, say, sure, no problem, sure, no problem, or I can do that. To respond with limits, say, I can try, or I might not be able to. To decline politely, say, I won't be able to, I won't be able to, or I'm tied up. Now let's move into expressing agreement and disagreement in fast-paced conversation. To agree quickly, say, exactly, exactly, or Right. To agree enthusiastically. Say absolutely. Absolutely. Or for sure. To disagree gently. Say I don't think so. I don't think so. Or I'm not convinced. To partially disagree. Say not necessarily. Not necessarily. Or that's one way to look at it. To close disagreement. Say let's leave it there. Let's leave it there. Now, let's talk about expressing uncertainty about the future. To talk about possibility. Say, we'll see. We'll see. Or, it depends. To talk about likelihood. Say, there's a good chance. There's a good chance. Or, it's likely. To talk about doubt. Say, I have my doubts. I have my doubts. To stay realistic. Say, let's be realistic. Let's be realistic. Or time will tell. Now, let's focus on describing reactions to outcomes. To react positively. Say, that worked out. That worked out. Or I'm glad it did. To react neutrally. Say, it is what it is. It is what it is. To react negatively, but calmly. Say, that didn't go well. That didn't go well. Or, we'll learn from it. To move forward. Say, let's move on. Let's move on. Or, what's next? Now let's move into expressing trust and reliability. To show trust. Say, I trust your judgment. I trust your judgment. Or I've got confidence in you. To show reliability. Say, you can count on me. You can count on me. Or, I'll follow through. To express doubt carefully. Say I have some concerns. I have some concerns. To ask for reassurance. Say, can you reassure me? Can you reassure me? Or are we on track? Now let's talk about everyday social closings and continuity. To suggest future contact. Say, let's stay in touch. Let's stay in touch. Or, let's catch up soon. To confirm plans loosely. Say I'll be in touch. I'll be in touch. Or, we'll talk soon. To close warmly. Say, take care. Take care. Or talk soon. As you continue listening, notice how these phrases blend into one another smoothly. This is how English feels when it's truly internalized. Keep listening. Stay relaxed. And we'll continue building the final layers of natural, confident fluency in the next section. At this level, fluent English is about control, restraint, and ease. You're not trying to impress anyone. You're simply expressing yourself clearly and naturally, the way native speakers do every day. Let's continue with phrases that reflect confidence, awareness, and authenticity. When you want to acknowledge responsibility, say, that's on me. That's on me. Or, I take full responsibility. To accept outcomes calmly. Say, I can live with that. I can live with that. Or I'm okay with the outcome. To express limits without apology. Say, that's as far as I can go. That's as far as I can go. Or, that's all I can do. To show resolve. Say, I've made my decision. I've made my decision. Or I'm standing by it. To soften firmness. Say, I hope you understand. I hope you understand. Or I mean, no disrespect. Now let's move into expressing clarity and transparency, which builds trust in conversation. To clarify intention. Say, just to be clear. Just to be clear. This isn't personal. Or, for the record. For the record. I support the idea. To explain reasoning. Say, the reason is timing. Or, it comes down to resources. To remove assumptions. Say, let's not assume anything. Let's not assume anything. Or, I don't want to jump to conclusions. To confirm alignment, say, are we aligned? Are we aligned? Or, are we on the same page? Now let's talk about navigating difficult or sensitive conversations smoothly. To open a sensitive topic, say, this might be a bit uncomfortable. This might be a bit uncomfortable. Or I want to be honest with you. To express concern without blame, say, I'm concerned about how this looks. I'm concerned about how this looks. Or I'm worried about the impact. To set emotional boundaries, say, I need to be clear about my boundaries. I need to be clear about my boundaries. Or, let's keep emotions out of it. To calm a situation, say, let's take a breath. Let's take a breath. Or, let's slow things down. To close a sensitive topic, say, I think we've said enough. I think we've said enough. Or, let's revisit this later. Now, let's move into describing effort, discipline, and consistency, which often comes up in personal growth conversations. To talk about discipline, say, I stay consistent. I stay consistent. Or I stick to my routine. To talk about setbacks, say, I hit a setback. I hit a setback. Or I fell off track. To talk about recovery, say, I got back into it. I got back into it. Or I regrouped. To talk about momentum, say, I've built momentum. I've built momentum. Or, I'm in a good rhythm. To talk about patience, say, I'm playing the long game. I'm playing the long game. Or, I'm not chasing quick results. Now let's talk about expressing appreciation and recognition sincerely. To show appreciation, say, I appreciate your time. I appreciate your time. Or, thanks for your effort. To acknowledge support, say, I couldn't have done it without you. I couldn't have done it without you. Or, I really value your support. To respond to appreciation, say, it means a lot. It means a lot. Or, happy to help. To close appreciation, say, I don't take it for granted. I don't take it for granted. Now let's move into expressing independence and self-awareness. To express independence, say, I can handle it on my own. I can handle it on my own. Or, I've got this covered. To express self-awareness, say, I know my limits. I know my limits. Or, I'm aware of my weaknesses. To express confidence without arrogance, say, I'm confident in my abilities. I'm confident in my abilities. Or, I trust myself. To express humility, say, I'm still learning. I'm still learning. Or, I don't have all the answers. Now let's focus on responding under pressure. Something. Advanced speakers manage calmly. To stay composed, say, let's stay focused. Let's stay focused. Or, let's keep perspective. To manage stress, say, I'm handling it. I'm handling it. Or, I'm managing. To respond to urgency, say, I'm on it. I'm on it. Or, I'll take care of it. To delay calmly, say, I need a bit more time. I need a bit more time. To reassure others, say, everything's under control. Everything's under control. Now, let's talk about closing long conversations naturally. To signal closure, say, I think that covers it. I think that covers it. Or, that's about it. To transition out, say, we'll take it from here. We'll take it from here. Or, let's move forward. To leave on a positive note, say, I'm glad we talked. I'm glad we talked. Or, this was helpful. To express continuity, say, we'll keep in touch. We'll keep in touch. Or, let's stay connected. As you continue listening, notice how calm, measured language creates authority and ease. This is English at a level where you're not just fluent, You're comfortable being yourself. Stay present. Keep listening. And in the final section, we'll bring everything together for a smooth, confident, close to this journey. As we bring everything together, fluent English at this level feels steady, grounded, and natural. You're no longer searching for words. You're choosing how you want to sound. Let's continue with language that helps you close conversations. Reflect calmly and express yourself with confidence and ease. When you want to summarize your thoughts, say, to sum it up, to sum it up. It's about consistency. Or overall, overall. I'm satisfied. To express final agreement. Say, I'm on board with that. I'm on board with that. Or, that works for me. To express final disagreement calmly. Say, I'll have to disagree. I'll have to disagree. Or, that's not something I can agree with. To show closure on a topic. Say, let's call it there. Let's call it there. Or I think we've covered everything. When you want to express reflection at the end of a discussion, say, looking back on this, we did our best. Or, all things considered, it went well. Now let's move into expressing calm confidence in everyday life. Something native speakers do without thinking. To express inner calm. Say, I feel at ease. I feel at ease. Or I'm in a good place. To express stability. Say, things are stable. Things are stable. Or, everything's under control. To express readiness for what's next. Say, I'm ready for whatever comes next. I'm ready for whatever comes next. Or, I'll deal with it when it comes. To express acceptance of uncertainty. Say, whatever happens, happens. Whatever happens, happens. Or, we'll see how it unfolds. Now let's talk about expressing values and principles clearly. To express honesty, say, I value honesty. I value honesty. Or, I believe in being upfront. To express respect, say, I respect that. I respect that. Or, I appreciate your perspective. To express integrity, say, I stand by my principles. I stand by my principles. Or, I do what feels right. To express boundaries confidently, say, I know where I stand. I know where I stand. Or, I won't compromise on that. Now let's move into language for encouragement and reassurance. Often used in meaningful conversations. To encourage gently, say, take your time. Take your time. Or, there's no rush. To reassure sincerely, say, you're doing fine. You're doing fine. Or, you're on the right path. To support someone emotionally, say, I'm here for you. I'm here for you. Or, you're not alone in this. To acknowledge effort, say, you've come a long way. You've come a long way. Or, you should be proud. Now let's focus on everyday reflection and mindset language. To reflect on effort, say, I gave it my best shot. I gave it my best shot. Or, I did what I could. To reflect on outcomes, say, it worked out in the end. It worked out in the end. Or, I learned something from it. To reflect on challenges, say, it wasn't easy, but it was worth it. It wasn't easy, but it was worth it. To express resilience, say, I bounced back. I bounced back. Or, I kept going. To express gratitude for the journey, say, I'm grateful for the experience. I'm grateful for the experience. Now let's move into natural language for long-term thinking and growth. To talk about long-term goals, say, I'm focused on the long term. I'm focused on the long term. Or, I'm building something sustainable. To talk about patience, say, I'm in no rush. I'm in no rush. or I trust the process. To talk about consistency, say I show up every day. I show up every day. Or I stay consistent. To talk about balance, say I'm finding my balance. I'm finding my balance. Or I'm pacing myself. Now let's focus on expressing closure in social situations. To end a conversation politely, say I should head out. I should head out. Or I won't keep you. To end warmly, say it was great catching up. It was great catching up. Or I enjoyed our chat. To suggest future connection, say let's do this again sometime. Let's do this again sometime. Or we'll catch up soon. To part naturally, say talk soon. Talk soon. Or take care of yourself. Now let's move into self-assurance and identity in English. To express self-acceptance, say I'm comfortable with who I am. I'm comfortable with who I am. Or I know myself well. To express growth mindset, say I'm always improving. I'm always improving. Or I'm open to learning. To express confidence quietly, say I trust my instincts. I trust my instincts. Or I know what I'm capable of. To express humility, say there's always room to grow. There's always room to grow. Now let's focus on natural. Final reflections that native speakers often use. To reflect casually, say at the end of the day. At the end of the day, it's about happiness. Or when all's said and done. When all's said and done, effort matters. To express peace with outcomes, say I'm at peace with it. I'm at peace with it. Or I have no regrets. To express closure emotionally, say I've made my peace with it. I've made my peace with it. Or I've moved on. To express readiness for the next chapter, say I'm ready for what's next. I'm ready for what's next. Now let's bring this journey to a calm, confident close. As you've listened through these phrases, you've trained your ear not just to recognize English, but to feel it. This is how real English works in daily life. It flows. It adapts. It reflects who you are and how you think. Fluency isn't about speaking fast or using big words. It's about sounding natural, relaxed, and real. Keep listening. Keep repeating. Keep letting the language settle into your thinking. Over time, these phrases become instincts, not lessons. Thank you for staying with this practice. If this helped you, support the channel by liking the video, subscribing to English in Mastery, and sharing your progress in the comments. Stay consistent, trust the process, and keep moving forward with confidence. As a final layer, let's settle into the kind of English that feels quiet, confident, and fully yours. This is the language people use when they're comfortable, present, and not trying to prove anything. When you want to acknowledge completion, say, that wraps things up. That wraps things up. Or, we're all set. To express satisfaction calmly, say I'm satisfied with that. I'm satisfied with that. Or, that feels right. To express calm confidence about the future, say I'm ready to move forward. I'm ready to move forward. Or, I know what I need to do. To express closure without drama, say I've made peace with it. I've made peace with it. Or, I'm content with the outcome. To express quiet determination, say, I'll stay the course. I'll stay the course. Or, I'm committed to this. Now let's focus on subtle language for reflection and maturity. Often used in thoughtful conversations. To reflect thoughtfully, say, when I think about it, when I think about it, it makes sense. Or, over time, things became clearer. To express acceptance, Say, I've accepted it. I've accepted it. Or, I've come to accept that. To express patience with yourself. Say, I'm giving myself time. I'm giving myself time. Or I'm allowing myself to grow. To express understanding of others. Say, everyone's on their own path. Everyone's on their own path. Or people do the best they can. To express balance in judgment. Say, I try to see both sides. I try to see both sides. Or, I keep an open mind. Now let's move into language for maintaining calm and clarity in daily life. To ground yourself. Say, let's stay grounded. Let's stay grounded. Or I'm staying centered. To reduce pressure. Say, there's no pressure. There's no pressure. Or, I'm not forcing it. To express presence. Say, I'm focused on the moment. I'm focused on the moment. Or I'm taking it as it comes. To express control over reactions. Say, I choose how I respond. I choose how I respond. Or I'm keeping perspective. To express emotional stability. Say, I feel steady. I feel steady. Or I'm in a good headspace. Now let's talk about quiet leadership language. Even in everyday situations. To guide calmly. Say, let's move forward. Let's move forward. Or, let's take the next step. To encourage without pressure. Say, when you're ready. When you're ready. We'll start. Or, take your time. To build trust. Say, I've got your back. I've got your back. Or, you can rely on me. To express accountability. Say, I'll own that. I'll own that. Or I'll take care of it. To close decisions confidently. Say, that's the call. That's the call. Or, that's final. Now let's move into everyday gratitude and appreciation language that feels sincere. To express gratitude simply. Say, I'm thankful for that. I'm thankful for that. Or I appreciate it. To express appreciation for effort. Say, I noticed the effort. I noticed the effort. Or, that didn't go unnoticed. To express gratitude over time. Say, I'm grateful for the journey. I'm grateful for the journey. Or, I've learned a lot along the way. To receive gratitude humbly. Say, happy to be part of it. Happy to be part of it. Or, it was my pleasure. Now let's focus on language for continuity and consistency. Important in long-term growth. To express consistency. Say, I show up consistently. I show up consistently. Or I keep at it. To express discipline gently. Say, I stay on track. I stay on track. Or I keep myself accountable. To express progress without exaggeration. Say, I'm moving in the right direction. I'm moving in the right direction. Or I'm making steady gains. To express resilience. Say, I adapt as I go. I adapt as I go. Or, I adjust when needed. To express long-term mindset. Say, I'm thinking long-term. I'm thinking long-term. Or, I'm building something lasting. Now, let's move into natural self-talk language, which shapes fluent thinking. To encourage yourself. Say, keep going. Keep going. Or stay the course. To calm yourself. Say, take a breath. Take a breath. Or slow it down. To reassure yourself. Say, you're doing fine. You're doing fine. Or, you've got this. To reflect internally. Say, this feels right. This feels right. Or, I trust this process. To maintain perspective. Say, one step at a time. One step at a time. Now let's talk about language for respectful distance and independence. To maintain independence. Say, I'll handle it. I'll handle it. Or, I've got it covered. To set distance politely. Say I need some space. I need some space. Or I'll take some time. To maintain respect. Say no hard feelings. No hard feelings. Or all respect. To express autonomy. Say I'll decide for myself. I'll decide for myself. Or I know what works for me. To express self-trust. Say I trust my judgment. I trust my judgment. Now let's focus on closing language that feels complete and natural. To signal the end of a process. Say, this chapter's complete. This chapter's complete. Or, it's come full circle. To express readiness to move on. Say, I'm ready to move ahead. I'm ready to move ahead. Or, I'm stepping into what's next. To express calm optimism. Say, I'm optimistic. I'm optimistic. Or, I feel hopeful. To express peace with timing. Say, everything has its time. Everything has its time. Or, it'll happen when it happens. Now let's bring this entire experience to a steady close. By listening to these phrases in context, you've trained your ear, your rhythm, and your instinct. This is how real English settles into your thinking, not through pressure, not through memorization, but through repetition, exposure, and calm attention. Fluency grows quietly. It shows up when you stop forcing it and start trusting what you've built. Keep listening to natural English. Keep repeating when it feels right. Keep allowing the language to become part of how you think and react. If you found this practice helpful, support the channel by liking the video, subscribing to English in Mastery, and sharing how this kind of learning fits into your daily life. Stay patient, stay consistent, and let your English grow naturally, one real conversation at a time. This is the final stretch, where everything settles naturally and quietly. At this point, English isn't something you're practicing anymore. It's something you're carrying with you. Let's finish with language that reflects calm presence, self-trust, and everyday realism. The way native speakers actually think and speak when nothing needs to be proven. When you want to acknowledge where you are now, say, this feels right. This feels right. Or, I'm in a good place. To recognize progress without exaggeration. Say, I've made progress. I've made progress. Or, I'm better than I used to be. To stay grounded. Say, I'm taking it one day at a time. I'm taking it one day at a time. Or, I'm not rushing it. To express quiet confidence. Say, I trust myself. I trust myself. Or, I know what I'm doing. To accept imperfections. Say, I'm still learning. I'm still learning. Or, I don't need to be perfect. Now let's move into the kind of English people use when they're comfortable being silent, thoughtful, and present. To pause naturally. Say, let me take a moment. Let me take a moment. Or, give me a second. To reflect internally. Say, I'm thinking about it. I'm thinking about it. Or, I'm processing it. To respond without pressure. Say, there's no rush. There's no rush. Or, I'll respond when I'm ready. To express calm awareness. Say, I'm aware of that. I'm aware of that. Or, I've noticed that. To stay emotionally steady. Say, I'm staying balanced. I'm staying balanced. Or, I'm keeping things in perspective. Now, let's talk about language for everyday peace and simplicity. To express simplicity. Say, I'm keeping things simple. I'm keeping things simple. Or, I don't need much. To express contentment. Say, I'm content. I'm content. Or, I'm satisfied with where I am. To express appreciation for small things. Say, I appreciate the little things. I appreciate the little things. Or, I'm grateful for today. To express calm routines. Say, I'm settling into a rhythm. I'm settling into a rhythm. Or, I've found my pace. To express emotional ease. Say, I feel relaxed. I feel relaxed. Or, I'm at ease. Now let's move into language for self-respect and self-direction. To express self-respect. Say, I respect myself. I respect myself. Or, I know my worth. To express direction. Say, I know where I'm headed. I know where I'm headed. Or, I have a sense of direction. To express independence. Say, I make my own choices. I make my own choices. Or, I decide what works for me. To express boundaries calmly. Say, I won't push myself too hard. I won't push myself too hard. Or, I listen to myself. To express self-care. Say, I take care of myself. I take care of myself. Now let's focus on language for natural endings in daily life. To end an activity. Say, that's enough for today. That's enough for today. Or I'll leave it there. To end a thought. Say, that's all I wanted to say. That's all I wanted to say. Or that's about it. To end a moment. Say, let's wrap this up. Let's wrap this up. Or, we'll stop here. To express closure gently. Say, I feel complete. I feel complete. Or, this feels finished. Now let's talk about long-term calm confidence. Something that comes with real fluency. To express trust in time. Say, it'll come with time. It'll come with time. Or I trust the timing. To express patience with growth. Say, I'm allowing myself to grow. I'm allowing myself to grow. Or I'm giving it time. To express steady commitment. Say, I'll keep going. I'll keep going. Or I'll stay consistent. To express quiet optimism. Say, I feel hopeful. I feel hopeful. Or, I'm optimistic. To express acceptance of the journey. Say, this is part of the process. This is part of the process. Now let's move into the final mindset language that shapes fluent thinking. To stay centered. Say, stay present. Stay present. Or focus on now. To stay calm. Say, breathe and move forward. Breathe and move forward. Or, take it step by step. To stay motivated gently. Say, keep showing up. Keep showing up. Or, stay consistent. To trust the process. Say, trust the process. Trust the process. Or, let it unfold. To stay grounded in reality. Say, just keep it real. Just keep it real. Now, let's close this entire experience naturally, the way a native speaker would, without drama or pressure. You've spent time listening to real, everyday English, the kind that lives in conversations, thoughts, pose, and reactions. This is how fluency actually develops. Quietly, steadily, through familiarity and comfort. You don't need to force it. You don't need to rush it. The more you listen, the more these phrases become part of how you think, not something you translate. That's real progress. Keep this audio playing when you're relaxing, when you're walking, when you're doing everyday things. Let the language stay with you. Over time, you'll notice that English feels less like a subject and more like a tool you already own. Thank you for staying through this entire practice. If this style of learning supports you, like the video, subscribe to English in Mastery, and share your experience in the comments. Stay patient, stay consistent, and let your English grow naturally, at your own pace, in real life.